Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is 𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗀, and today we're going to be talking about being anonymous. Even if you don't do anything wrong on the internet, it's always nice to have that privacy because Big Brother, the services that you're using, will always spy on you. They will collect this metadata, however you want to say it. They will collect this data on you, and they can target you with ads, or they can just build up this profile just to see what your browsing or internet habits are. I will provide links in the description for you to use, and these are the services or programs that I use for myself just to have that privacy. So what you want to do is let's talk about Windows 10 as a whole. Remember back when Windows 7 or Windows 8 or 8.1, they said, hey, you can upgrade towards Windows 10 for free. And that was awesome at first, because Windows 10 being for free, actually, it's just for you to, for them to spy on you. And they also had like applications installed such as these Candy Crush, and if I uninstalled it for myself. If you were to look up Candy Crush, it'll most likely be on your computer. If you typed in Disney, there's a Disney game on your computer, and there's other software that was installed for you to use so they can collect this data, or you can make in-game purchases because they're just trying to market whatever they can on you. So Windows 10 was just a complete honeypot for you, for them to collect on you. Before we get into this video, if you guys can hit me with a sub with that big red button right there, hit post notifications. Every time that I upload a video, you'll be notified. If you ever need any help, come through them on live streams on mixer.com/𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗀, or even on Discord. And there's also social media links in the description down below, etc., etc. Okay, so I use Firefox. Firefox is a browser, and you should definitely look into it. It's better than Google Chrome. Google Chrome collects data on you. Same thing with Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. So switch to Firefox, and you can go into incognito mode. I always go into incognito mode because it will not save visited sites, search cookies, and temporary files. It will save if you bookmark something, or if you copy the text, or if you download something onto the computer. That's just common sense. And content blocking. So some websites use trackers that will monitor your activity in private windows. Firefox content automatically blocks many trackers that collect information. It blocks many trackers, not a whole lot of trackers, but it will block many. So we're going to be using a couple add-ons here, which I'll talk about briefly, and what you should use. If you're a Windows 10 user, look up SpyBot Anti-Beacon, completely for free. And SpyBot Anti-Beacon, Windows sends personally identified information towards Microsoft. Windows will track your system to serve your personalized ads. Windows might use your internet connection to spread their updates using up their bandwidth you paid for, and this will block out all of that stuff. You can read this entirely. Links will be in the description. Let me go ahead and open that up here. And all you want to do is go to customize and hit block on everything, or the selective services that you want to allow. You can enable that, but for me, I just blocked out everything because I just don't want to be tracked by Microsoft. So moving on here, let's talk about add-ons for Firefox. HTTPS everywhere. It will enforce the site to use HTTPS. If you use a simple HTTP / website, here, let me maximize this. So if we were to, back in the day, or some sites still use HTTP, like for me, I use 𝗏𝗏lock.com with HTTP because, one, personally for me, I don't have the $70 that I want to fork out a year. I don't have money. I'm broke. But some sites will still use HTTP, which is a bad thing, especially if you're on a public network. Now, I'm not saying that my site is bad whatsoever, but I'm saying if you visit my site while on a public network and you log in, login's down here. I need to fix that. So if you log in On a public network, it will show it in a plain text because the attacker will see it in a plain text if they use proper tools. Hey, 1337 to the newest member. Okay, cool. So anyways, got a little bit off track. You always want to use HTTPS on a website, and this add-on will enforce that site if it has it to use HTTPS. So if you are on a public network, it will show random text screens that will be mumbo jumbo. So instead of it showing it as a username or as a password, the attacker will only see something like it'll just see a whole bunch of crap. So that's actually a good thing. So I'm not saying that my site's bad. I just need to purchase HTTPS certificates through my domain name. I just don't have the money for it. So, I mean, I could make it HTTPS, but it will still show it as a invalid certificate that you would actually have to manually approve of it. So I could do that. But let me show you what the add-on looks like. As soon as you add it towards your add-ons, it'll look like this. And you want to encrypt all sites eligible, so ease, and make sure that you're good. Or you don't have to enable that, but either way, just as long as HTTPS is shown on towards the URL, then you are good for that part. No script security suit is another add-on. If we were to go to Reddit, let's go to Reddit. And if I didn't have no script installed, all these other domain names are just targeting me. Google Tag Manager, Google Tag Services, and Amazon Ad System. If I didn't have no script installed, they will pry their eyes on towards me because Reddit allows these scripts to pry their eyes on me. So I only want certain domain names such as Reddit and red.it to allow the site work correctly. And I'm not seeing any ads, which is another great thing. And now they're not targeting me or building that metadata. So I'm letting you know, once you install no script, the site may not work correctly. So you got to figure out which domain name you want to entrust. You can temporarily trust things and the site will work efficiently. But if I'm just letting you know that if you install no script, the site may not work correctly. So you got to pick and choose which one you want to allow. So ad blocker is another great thing because it will block out ads. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. It'll just block out ads. Please disable ad blocker when you're watching my videos. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. As for using a search engine, I wouldn't recommend using Google anymore. I would recommend using DuckDuckGo because with Google, they affiliate themselves with Amazon or with Facebook, and they build that metadata and, you know, those ads. So DuckDuckGo will not save any of your personal information ever. Our private policy is simple. We don't collect or share any of your personal information. With a dragon, frog, lizard destroying it? Okay. We don't follow you around with ads. That looks like the Snapchat ghost. We don't store your search history. We therefore have nothing to sell to advertisers that track you across the internet. We don't track you in or out of the private browsing mode, which we're currently in the private browsing mode. So when you're searching for something on the internet, you should use DuckDuckGo, and especially on Firefox, you want to go towards your options here. Then you got to go towards your search, and you're going to click here. It'll probably say google.com. So instead of Google, use DuckDuckGo, and scroll down and uncheck everything except for DuckDuckGo. You can leave Wikipedia checked if you ever want to search up something on Wikipedia. They're fine. So let's go ahead and close out of that. So the add-ons these is what I use, and they're really great to use. I want to talk about 1.1.1.1. which is the DNS that you want to change towards to, because your average ISP, your internet service provider, is actually, they're collecting data on you. So unfortunately, by default, DNS is usually slow and insecure. Your internet service provider and anyone else listening is on the internet can see every site that you visit and every app that you use, even if the content is encrypted. Creepily, some DNS providers sell data about your internet activity or use it to target you with ads, such as Google. If you use the Google DNS, the 8.8.8.8, they will target you with ads and they will creep on you. So you can definitely change that by scrolling down. There's more information here. Your average ISP, when you don't change your DNS, this is you right now. If you didn't change your DNS, it'll be a higher ping rate. So higher ping is bad. If you change your DNS, it will allow a lower latency, connecting towards the service faster, or may or may not have a faster download for you, just depending on the server end. So it's a good thing to switch up, because they actually have this is true, faster internet, basically, just for simple words. And if you want to set this up on towards any of the devices that you use, it will give you that setup tutorial, which here we'll go towards our open internet and network and internet settings. Go to change adapter settings. If you're on Ethernet or Wi-Fi, just right click on that. Right click, go to properties. Then you're going to go towards your internet protocol 4, so your IPv4. Double click on that. Then you're going to change the preferred DNS to 1.1.1.1 and the secondary to alternative DNS 1.0.0.1. Hit OK. Then you're going to scroll down to IPv6, internet protocol 6. And same thing. If for some reason your internet doesn't work, then go back to change or obtain DNS server automatically, then you'll be fine. So, okay, cool. And make sure you hit OK. Then see if your internet's working. It should. It will. Just as long as you did it correctly. So 1.1.1.1 is a really good DNS to start using. I would start preferring that for you right now. And as for the Tor project, okay, so this is where things will be a bit more anonymous. Actually, let's talk about VPNs. I noticed that I didn't have not talking about VPNs. So VPNs, I use internet private access. You can go towards my affiliate link and go to codexual.cc/AFF/VPN. Okay, cool. So it's internet private access, which is completely awesome. Virtual private network. So instead of me using my own internet, I will be using a different services, and I can set myself anywhere around the world using their services, or you can use any other VPN. Make sure that you trust the VPN services that you use, because some VPN services can actually just moderate and log data on you of what you are using. So just make sure that you do a fact check. And yeah, so I use virtual private network, and what they allow for me is, let me go ahead and right click. Let's go to settings, and also let's show what I can connect towards to, so I can connect all these to all these other countries as well. So if I want to connect outside of the United States jurisdiction, and if I just wanted to be in Sweden because they have a open source or free internet, which they don't really care about what you do in that country on the internet, or Turkey or Iran, etc., then those are the countries that I can choose. Or you can just choose if you want to be in the country. So let me go, I open up the settings here, and what they allow for me is, every time that I'm connected towards on the VPN and it somehow disconnects automatically, it will shut off my internet completely, because I don't want leaks I want this to prevent leaks by blocking traffic outside of the VPN. They will also block out domain names used for ads, trackers, and malware. and they will offer all these other services and types of encryptions that you want to do. So I strongly recommend using a VPN. So I always use a VPN. It will allow that extra layer of security. Now let's talk about Tor browser. And you want to make sure that you want Tor to really work. And if you scroll down, it will tell you what steps that you need, or this is just a common sense guide of what you should use and do when using Tor. So what Tor is, if you don't know, it will connect towards another service, towards another service, towards another service until it gets to that destination website. So if we were to start up Tor right now, let's go ahead and do that. I can still visit any website that I want to visit. It's just not just the onion for browsing. You can still browse any other site worldwide. It'll take a little bit longer. So it's just jumping through another computer, through another computer, through another computer, and it won't be traced back towards you. So if I were to go towards Facebook.com, I can still go to any site that I want to on the Tor network. It's just not only used for the onion or the dark net browsing. You can still use the Tor network, and I can just go toward, I don't want to allow access. I can go to ipchicken.com, and I'll be confident enough that this is not my IP. I'm somewhere in the EU. I just don't know where the Pony Telegram. Okay, that's a weird company name. Okay, you guys got any Pony Internet? Yes. Weird. So I'm confident enough that to show you and display this is not my IP at all. So if I go back to DuckDuckGo and search up what is Tor and how it is briefly used, Tor network, and I would like to see images. So this is the Tor client, and it'll connect towards another server, then a middle relay, then an exit relay, and towards the destination, such as the website. So this person right here, or this services, will not see where I'm originally coming from because it's jumping through all these other networks. That's what Tor network is. And I would strongly recommend start using Tor when you're browsing for stuff. And make sure you read this. If you want to take the extra level of security, I would install VirtualBox and download Tails, because they will, every connection or whenever you use the internet, it will use the Tor network. And it's actually a really great operating system to have. And I know that I'm not going through every detail of each services, but I'm just giving you a breakdown of what I personally use because I'm just on a time crunch here. I don't want to make this a very long video. If you ever need to have like a private conversation with someone, use Telegram. It will destruct the message, and after it's like 6 months, if you this is by default. If you don't have an active account, it will just automatically erase everything. So you can change that after like 24 hours and so on and so forth. Strongly recommend using them. And as for 𝗔𝗫 Cleaner, every time that I'm done with my private session, once I close out of it, I use 𝗔𝗫 Cleaner and I just clean up everything. 𝗔𝗫 Cleaner is completely for free. I'll just add that as well. https://ccleaner.com, and it will clear out any of the junk or any private tracking files. So 𝗔𝗫 Cleaner is actually really great to use. So always use 𝗔𝗫 Cleaner after every time that you're done using the internet, or every time that you close out of the Firefox or even Google Chrome, if you still want to use that for whatever reason. So this is the stuff that I use. I hope that this will be helpful for you. Sorry that I didn't get too more detailed about each services, but you can visit each site and you can do a fact check for yourself so you can be more informed. Again, links will be in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. Bye. Thank you for sticking around. Please feel free to watch my other videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow my social media. If you're feeling generous, check out my Patreon or send in a donation of any amount with PayPal. It really helps out with post-production, equipment, food in my belly, and also continue making free content for you guys. Links in the description. Y'all take care, and thank you once again.